Okay. Hello and welcome. My name's Ryan Hetzer. This is the Sim Sports Gaming YouTube channel, and this is episode 6 of a unique franchise approach that I've called Prospecting for Gold. Essentially, took the Rays organization, who already had pretty much the consensus number one farm system in baseball, and I, at the very beginning of, before I even started year one, I traded away any veteran players for even more prospects, and I've basically just been trying to collect as many prospects under the age of 25 as possible, and my hope or my goal is that by years 4 and 5 this team would be ready to be dominant. Now, not 100% sure we're quite on that path. We are at the All-Star break of year 3, and we're sitting at 45 and 52, which, I was kind of hoping that in year 3 these prospects would start to kind of show the ability to hang in there in the division, and with being that it's the Rays, that the team that I'm basing this on, certainly it's a tough division, with Red Sox, Yankees, and we'll start the second half off here with the Red Sox. I did do a uniform rebrand for all 30 teams for this series. It's just towards the beginning of having the game this year, I'd made 30 new uniforms, and I just kind of, for no other reason, just wanting to show them off a little bit, I've used those for this series. So yeah, before we get into the game, just want to show a little bit of where we're at. It continues to be, the pitching continues to be sort of the big question mark. I really do like the lineup, even though there still are a few guys who haven't quite come into their own, or even been a little bit on the disappointing side. But the pitching staff's been hard to figure out. If we look, McKay seems to be on his way to being the ace of the staff, having a good year, and his rating is all the way up to an 85. So you got to figure that by the start of next year, he'll be close to a 90. Now, Dustin May, the attributes are on the rise, but has a 6 ERA over 93 innings, so he's obviously really struggled. Sanchez is really throwing the ball well. So you've got McKay and Sanchez, who have kind of taken a 1-2 role. And then Estevan Sosa is actually a draftee. I've been drafting pretty much exclusively pitching because I really have been happy and content with the lineup. And he's not a strikeout guy. You can see only 49 Ks and 92 innings, but sitting there with a 3.52 ERA, he's doing something right. Even though the whip is a little high, perhaps he's a candidate to regress to the mean a little bit. And then, Whitley hasn't really, just sort of been stagnant. He hasn't really made much progress. He's pitching out of the bullpen right now. Now, I did make an effort to start to acquire and develop actual relief pitchers, because one of the things I was finding in the first couple of years is that I had all these, starting pitching, kind of the leftover guys that were ratings were not good enough to have them considered for the starting rotation when I was using them in relief. it was just really hard to get a handle on who was right for which role and so on. So, yeah, I picked up some manual Clace or Classe. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And then we still have Alvarado. And then these two guys I have up with the big club right now. And one of them was one of my draftees, I believe. And then the other one I traded for, I think he was a draftee, but I traded for him from another club. So basically, kind of now have these 4 true relievers that we can build around a little bit as a 4-man bullpen. Looking a little bit around the lineup, I mean, Langoliers continues to be just a solid everyday catcher. Although Hernandez in limited action sitting 327. Lowe and Lowe are both tearing it up. Brandon Lowe at 292 with 21 homers. And remember, I mean, we're just at the All-Star break here. Nate Lowe with 267 with 18 homers. Xavier Edwards has been a disappointment, you'd have to say. I mean, again, though, when I say that, most attributes are still trending upward. And he's 22. So, a lot to like still. This guy's been a little bit disappointing as kind of one of the older prospects, veteran prospects. So I moved him over to third and just kind of ho-hum. Offensive statistics, 240, 11 homers. So I don't know. We'll have to see if at some point this Cavaco can overtake him in this next 2 years of this little experiment. Wander Franco, again, I mean, 251, 8 homers, 33 RBIs. But the attributes are on the rise. And he's 20. I mean, 20 years old, and he's now into his 3rd full year in the big league. So, I mean, he's well on his way. Waters, pretty much your everyday left fielder. Adele. The outfield is crystallized. It was actually at the very beginning of this series, I just had all these outfield prospects and wasn't really sure who was gonna. I used a couple of them who to get some of the deals I've made. I used for other prospects. I did that through my surplus of outfielders, and then other times it's just been play. Like, I mean, Robinson has gone down to AAA. I was kind of high on him for a while, but he's even at AAA is only hitting 198. Cousins just hasn't quite gotten there. And I mean, Adele is 251 and 11 homers at the All-Star break. It's 51 RBI, so I mean 9 steals, so definitely hanging in there. And I mean, those are not numbers to just dismiss, and it's all at the age of 22. So like, I think lineup-wise, they're ready to go. Lineup-wise, I mean, especially next year, you're looking at a team that's going to be, I think, hopefully primed to compete. It's just I don't know if the pitching is going to catch up. We're gonna play around with a couple things settings-wise. I've actually been thinking about going back to manual throwing. And then on Mike Lowe's series, he kind of switched up to that after being frustrated with missing out on what could have been a triple play where the AI made a play to his left, could have thrown to second and around the horn to first for a triple play, and that happened twice to him in recent games. And for me, it's been something different. I've been thinking about switching back to it because the outfield throws, like a couple times I've had outfielders throw just to the wrong base, or they're just so slow to get it in. Like they'll just take their time, and So I've been thinking about switching over to making those throws, and so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to switch to the pitcher cam. Just want to kind of check. I might check out a couple different pitching cams in this game. I like the outfield cam. That's the one I use, and I know a lot of people like to use the broadcast cam because it switches up a little bit depending on the ballpark. But I'm going to try this pitcher cam to start with, and then I don't know. I don't know how long I'll stay with it. I might adjust, and I might just try a couple of them out. We start out the second half. I'm hopeful that I could get hot here and maybe bring this club back to 500, give them a chance. Because in the wild card, they're 14 games out of course, playing right now the first place Red Sox or Patriots in this case. But in the wild card, 6 games out, it's not completely outside of the realm of possibility that you could see if this team could get hot in the second half, that they could get into that mix. But so with my method, now that we're at the All-Star break, I will play until I lose. And then even if I do lose, if I can win 5 in a row after that, I can maintain my sort of human control over playing games. If I lose a second game in a 6-game stretch, then that triggers I have to, at that point, I'd have to simulate till the final 10 games of the season. If I'm even in it. If I'm in it at that point, I can play those games. If not, I would just go on into year 4. So I'm hopeful that I can get something going here and put this team on a run that might get them to 500, but I haven't been playing very well. Like the games I have played with this team, it's been mostly a simulation this series, but I don't know, I probably have played a total of 8 to 10 games with this club. And I don't know, I just can't seem to find a groove. I've struggled. I've had a couple of good games, but then, so we'll see how this goes. Going up against the first place club. And I am playing at Main Street Field just as kind of didn't want to play at Tropicana, and this is not, it's like a rebranding anyway, so I kind of like the look of this ballpark. It's a bit of a bandbox. I've noticed there's been some cheap home runs, especially to right field. That little kind of bleacher area that you see there and right, it's kind of a little bit of a porch. But let's get into it here. Left-handed starter. I don't know if I want these 3 left-handed hitters all in a row here. I definitely don't. Let's throw Adele in there. Okay, well, I think I'm fine with that. Well, they're dancing anyway. They're feeling good about the second half here. Yeah, so this is that pitcher cam, and you're right on top of the hitter.
Count 11. Nope. Out
But it does give you a really good kind of look at the hitter, and I mean, he looks primed to just beat that shift. Like he was trying to do it again there almost.
Number 67.
One of the unfortunate things about simming, I really haven't been able to develop McKay as a hitter. He's one of the few two-way kind of guys in the game, but there was no way really through sim to get him at bats. The AI manager doesn't account for it, doesn't get him in as DH or even pinch hitting appearance. What? Good pitch there. You're going to go 0-2 in. You want to miss in. Don't miss over the plate. So we've been going, I tinker way too much with some different things. Not sliders. Those are use Mike Lowe's, and thank God that's one thing I can just not worry about, because I'm a tinkerer by nature. I want to kind of get the game as good as possible, or what feels the best. And I also recently got a new TV, so some of the different, like, for example, I've been using the dynamic cam because, like, on the former TV I had, which was much smaller, the dynamic cam bothered me because if I hit a deep fly ball to the outfield, I felt like the fielder became so small, like you could hardly see. But with the bigger TV, it actually still looks pretty good. And then there's no better camera for home runs than the dynamic cam, in my opinion. It kind of follows the full flight of the ball. And so, yeah. But I'm at Retro, and I have gone back to a PCI, which my relationship with the PCI is very complicated. Sometimes I've gone back and forth, let's put it that way. I have it very faint, so I can almost kind of at times just forget that it's there, but then there are times in certain counts where I like to be able to see sort of and place my PCI in a certain part of the strike zone. And so being able to actually see it does help. So
Leading off for the Panthers, the shortstop,
the dynamic camera is cool for foul balls too. It kind of follows the fight. So we got a cutter, two-seam fastball. So pretty much no like true breaking pitch for Perez. That's kind of an interesting arsenal.
batting second, the third baseman, Willie Chavez.
Ball, that's out.
Knock.
Batting first, the right fielder, Austin.
Meadows is having a huge year. 317, 24 homers, 68 RBIs. This is all at the All-Star break. And he was in the All-Star game. The inside fastball to a lefty always gives me trouble. Goodbye. When I face lefty-lefty, I find that if they leave balls middle out, I can handle those pretty well. For some reason, when they come in, I struggle. But that pitch was up and out over the plate.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 8.
I might beat the shift. Nope.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, Joe Adele.
Ball, that's out.
Ah.
21.
96. No, I didn't. Martin Perez have 96 in him. I guess he does. Nope, ball four. I might want to do a little running here. 2 outs.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Drew Waters.
No, I don't trust him on the first pitch not to pitch out. And I'll pitch out 0-1 as well, but I'm going to chance it. I will still swing if I get a good pitch here.
He's going, he's going. One ball, 2 strikes now.
Oh. You know, that's one of the first times I've seen a throw skip all the way through in the center. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I mean, it should happen occasionally, but ooh, just barely got a piece there. Cutter's tough to pick up sometime, you know. Looks like it's oh, he dropped it. Let's try for 3. Now that's again, I mean, Mike Lowe was talking about that in his series. That should be an outfield error. They give him a triple. This official scoring is just so broken. I mean, the outfielder is right there, just kind of goes right over the top of his glove, and they give him a triple. Boy. J.D. Martinez.
The designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
0-1. Nope, ball 1. 1-1.
That's a hit. I forgot about throwing.
That is good. The third baseman, Raphael
Devers. He was an all-star. 312, 16, and 64. Get there, Waters. Lay out. Nope.
Count 2-2.
Two all. All right. Jose Peraza. Interesting to see kind of what some of the other clubs do, because we are 3 years in now. It's kind of the different guys that they kept different. I mean, this is Peraza's a journeyman kind of guy, but having a decent year for them.
I got to count 1-2.
I like where he's missing with his fastball. It's getting it in there. Let's keep the pressure on here.
Inside, ball 1. Count.
Guy's got some pretty good stuff, and that cutter is really got a lot of movement on it. Hey, fair ball. Did me a favor really throwing the change up there.
Batting up, the second baseman, Xavier Edwards.
I'm tempted to like bunt for a hit here, but
0-1 the count.
forget it now. The changeup. Bottom just dropped out.
Now batting, shortstop, Wander Franco.
I wander.
Third baseman, number 1, Willis Adames.
I'd like to see Adames be a bit more of an impact guy. I might get down. Nope.
Now back, right fielder, Austin.
I'm gonna cheat inner half a little bit.
Inside. 0-1.
So when I do get beat against the lefty, it's often it came over the top of that pitch, I think.
Leading off for the Patriots, the second baseman, Louis Renfro.
1-0.
Shedder. Oop. Foul it off. Let's go back up there. Poof. Fastball, okay, is dynamic.
The right fielder, number 99,
So Verdugo,
Alex Verdugo.
280 with 11 homers, the big return in the Betts deal, not quite
Oh, that's good.
living up to expectations. I mean, that's no numbers aren't terrible, but breaking ball there.
2 strikes. Two, count. Count full. That's 1-2.
Batting up, the catcher, Christian Vasquez. The batter, the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
That's gonna get through there.
The batter, number 67,
Get over there, Meadows. Nope. Oh. It's a big at-bat here because 2 on 2 out in the meat of the order if this guy can find his way on. I mean, a base hit might need a run anyway, and then they would also have the Bogarts on deck. Oh, you just hit a 3-run homer. Nope, foul. Lucky. Came back and got him. Well, it's a game of inches. I don't feel comfortable with this 3 runs. I'd like to keep punching some in here. Oh, completely crushed that. And then that. Jesus.
Now back. The center fielder. Joe Adele.
Ball 1. Count 1-0.
Foul. There we go. Keeps getting me to go after that low cutter. I have roasted like 4 foul balls at this point. I gotta just sit back a little bit more, I guess. It's a half second more. So Adele will reach with 2 outs. 1 out. My bad. 1 out. Okay. So. That Waters was not really a triple. It was an error. They awarded him with a triple. Way out in front again. So the perfect hit and run count here. And with a 3-run lead, why not?
He's going, he's going, he's going. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Safe. Couldn't pull the trigger. And it's one of those where your runner is fast enough to steal it even if you don't swing. Of course, they call that usually a run and hit. So 3-2, a low cutter again. I've just chased it out of the zone like 5 times already in this game. Look at that whole right side open, and it just one hops right into his glove.
Now batting. The designated hitter. Nate.
No.
0-1.
Could swear I checked that swing. So far ahead of it, though, I guess. Hit that good.
Leading off, fourth officer, the shortstop, Xander Bogart.
I got to count 2-2.
Bust off a nice one here. Oh, we're shifting on that? Why are we shifting? Get over there. Why did you dive? He could have just kept running and ran right through that ball.
Now that's the designated hitter, J.D. Mortino.
Oh, bare hand. No really necessary to bare hand that, but we'll take it. Pitch.
Now, 0-2.
Oh.
1-2.
Oh.
Whoa, that pitch is out. Held full.
I really lost him. It was a 0-2 or 1-2 and 3 straight pitches right outside the zone. He has the discipline to take those. All right, double play ball right here. Pitch.
0-1 for count.
Come on, Langoliers. Cannot get 5 hold, 2 on and no. You should look like that with your face. Need a strikeout here. I'll take the out first. Oh well. Let's get this guy and he's going to get some runs. Clearly McKay's most dynamic and best pitch is his fastball. Yeah, I mean, the other offerings aren't quite up to the same level. His fastball is electric. Hitters clearly have a hard time squaring it up.
Leading off for Wisconsin, the catcher.
Well, Langoliers, it's a little bit of redemption for your poor blocking. That was roasted up the middle.
Second baseman, Xavier Edwards.
Try to drag. In the hole now. Yeah, I tried to drag there. I have gotten fairly good at drag bunting with guys that are able to do it. But of course the pitch has to be a strike, and that was not. And that was also, was that I guess that's too close to take. giving me fits. I mean, it was like any other pitch, like a couple times.
I got to count 0 and 2.
Way behind on the 2-seam then. Had to protect there. Putting together a good, tough at bat here, Wander. Three-two. Now the question is, yeah, I mean he's been on the ball, even though this guy does not run well. He's a catcher. He's been putting everything in play. Foul ball. And there's, oh, he's safe. And safe at first, all right. Surprised they still tried to get the force, but then he also, like, looped that feed to second. That was kind of awkward. Well, caught a break. Let's take advantage. Get fair, no? Should say stay fair, not get fair.
That's in. Ball 2.
Goodbye. 3-run shot over the Main Street Field scoreboard. Adamus. And that's a huge knock. I'm kind of pimped it, I think. A little bat flip. 405 feet. Right over the Main Street Field. That's going to do it. So we will... oops. Passed it up. Oh, I already had it at 8 from the last game, I bet. And actually, I think I'm still on 1.6 sliders. I did not upload the 1.8 before starting this game, but I mean that's not a huge deal. I do hate when I forget to move the hook slider back to 5, but in this case, I mean that's a very legitimate time to take him out. 3-run homer, giving up 6 runs in 4 innings, so I think we're good with that. There's that inside fastball, hard stuff. Lefty always seems to give me trouble. Now that pitch I probably should have destroyed. I mean, change up just up, out over the plate.
balls, 2 strikes.
There it is again. God. Alright, I'm gonna start with this PCI inside here. That ball might get out of here. Nope. So this is where you'd like to see with the 5-run lead. Beat the shift. You'd like to see McKay just really burn through a couple quick innings here. He's at next pitch will be his 75th, so that might be.
Now batting, the catcher, Christian Sanchez.
Let's just get him through 5 though. At this point, qualify him for the win.
Ball 2. Count 2-1. I got to count 2-2.
Getting tired. I'll be damned. Runner does not advance. Good job. With 79 pitches. Getting tired. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's legitimate. That's a strike.
That's off the plate. Ball 2.
Might get down. Runner does not advance to 3rd. And I don't know that McKay's going to be able to get through this inning. And that's pretty unfortunate. I feel like this game, I mean, it's one of those scenarios as a manager where this might be the time really to get this game shut down and under control. I mean, it's a 5-run lead, so you would think, well, but we're swinging the bats well. You got to think we should score some more. And the big bats in our lineup are coming up, so you want to just quell this little rebellion. So I'm gonna get who's kind of my main setup man up now. And we're going to go ahead and do a mound visit. Now Andrioli is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, so love to get a double play ball here.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Got strikeout instead. I mean, we're going to let him try to get Bogarts. This is his last hitter, probably no matter what. Not probably, definitely. And it's a 3-run homer. That's his 26th home run of the year, 432 foot.
Now batter, the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
And Kleis is the only guy up and ready, so we got to go to him.
Your attention, please. Now pitching, Emmanuel Process.
And so you'd probably like to get him, obviously get this last out this inning. And then get him through the 6th inning as well.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Guy's got electric stuff. 101, 102. There's 101 there. Sliders like 89. Cutters like 100. Gets a piece there. Go back to the slider.
Now batting, third baseman, Raphael.
Too high. Ball.
I'm terrified here that he's going to crush a game-tying home run. Got him. All right, so we'll let him go to 6th, and we're going to need some more runs.
For the Champions, the center fielder, Joe Adele.
Nope. Underneath it.
Now batting, left fielder, Drew Water. Now batting, the designated hitter, Nate Love.
Count 1-0.
And my new method of starting my PCI middle in.
2 balls, no strikes.
Lefty, lefty. So that was right down the middle, and I think kind of jerking my PCI over. Beat the shift. I win this game. I think this game could get really. I mean, I'm already in my bullpen.
Now batting,
My bullpen's a bit shaky to begin with. So the more we can add some stuff on here, the better. Why not? All right.
leading off for Boston, the first baseman,
Yeah, 102 mile an hour cutter. That's serious. Slider.
Now batting, the second baseman, Luis. Good throw.
0-1 for count.
Yeah, I mean, classe. Guy has stuff. Big time stuff.
Count is 1-2. That's a ball.
And yeah, I'm ignoring the fact that in real life, I think this guy got popped for maybe 50 or 80 game, one of the two, suspension for PEDs.
Now batting, right fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Ball. Down.
Excellent work by Classe. That's going to have to be the end of it, though. And see here, I mean, trying to develop these two young, actually, Pritchard and Guillen are the two closer types. The Pritchard I just brought up. So I think I'm going to go Whitley just because he's got some more experience and he does have good stuff still, despite the numbers. So I'm going to try to get him to give me 2 innings. I think that's my best bet. Get to Alvarado, or even if Alvarado has to come in the 8th and get 4 outs or something, we'll see. Caught. One of those pitches where you kind of know it's right off the outside corner, but you feel like with the right timing you can just slap it down the line. That's what I kind of felt on that one, but it hung up obviously in the air for too long, and that's not going to do anything either. So that's 2 quick outs. All of a sudden we stop scoring runs. Here's the man right here. Big 3-run bomb last time.
Ball 1, no strike. Ball. That's down.
Watson has come in and been tough on me here this past 5 outs or so. However many outs he's recorded. And he gets out of us.
He's out.
Well, let's see what
Leading off for the Patriots, the catcher,
Whitley's made of here. If he's not going to be the 8th starter I thought he was going to be, maybe at least he can fill this role. 7th and 8th inning, right-handed arm. Pitch there. Whoa. I don't even know how he caught that.
Two and two. Game is full. 3-2.
Right call, didn't execute there. rolled the dice with the 3-2 breaking ball there, and he swung at a ball, I think.
Now
Would have been ball 4.
the left fielder, Andrew.
Nope.
One ball, 2 strikes, Cap.
Oh, runs full again. I think that's staying in the ballpark. There we go. Whitley.
Now back, number 67.
All ones the count. At the ball. Ball.
Oh boy, this would be a very bad time to walk someone ahead of Bogarts. Alright, come all the way back here. Oh, we didn't. 341 and 26 homers.
All one.
I mean, poof. Holding my breath in this at bat.
Well, that's off the plate. That's ball 3.
I mean, JD Martinez on deck. Pitch there. Wow. He's just on everything. And lucky for me, that pitch was a ground ball.
Now back, the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
There we go. Now the question is, do you give him the 8th as well? 27 pitches. He's got a starter stamina.
Leading for the camera, the right fielder, off there.
Dang it, I was late on that. Just made the decision to swing way too late.
Number 8.
What are my options here? I mean, I do have a kind of lefty up. Peraza's a better hitter against lefties. Renfroe is pretty much the same either way. Yeah, I think sticking with Whitley is really still my best bet, and we'll have Alvarado. Alvarado's fully rested, or after the All-Star break. I will not hesitate to try to get 4 or 5 outs out of him. So we'll start the inning with Whitley. And all of a sudden, Watson has just come in and shut this game down on the offensive end for me. Haven't been able to do anything against him.
One ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes.
Another pitch hard inside. Lefty, lefty. God. It's just ugly at bat.
Now batting, center fielder, Joe.
get there. Nope. All right.
Leading off for Boston, the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Hey, we caught a break there. They had the shift. That's a double
The first baseman, number 3.
with normal outfield positioning. Woodley's not exactly fooling everybody here. We're going to go ahead and we'll just stretch and toss for now. Pitch there.
Count is 1 and 2.
This lineup is especially difficult to strike out. They're kind of tough at bats.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's gonna make it out. Still hit fairly well.
Now back, the second baseman, Louis.
Yeah, I think this is if this hitter gets on, and he did. Shoot, I should have had him warming up already. I was ill prepared there.
Right fielder, Alex.
We're gonna have him warm up. We're gonna do a little exploit here, just because I can. And Alvarado for the 4-out save.
Your attention, please. Now pitching, Jose.
101.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Beauty. It's a hit. Oh boy. CI grounder.
Count 1 and 2.
There we go. Nasty on a breaking ball. Let's get some
Your attention, please.
much needed insurance here. Marcus Walden.
Braden Hilton. Now
Finally get to face a right-hander in this game.
Walden.
Ball, that's it.
This lineup's much tougher on right-handed pitching. Very left-hand dominant, especially the biggest bats. And even like Franco and
Count 3 and 0.
Edwards seem to swing it better from the left side. I don't know for sure that their ratings would say that, but... And there's a leadoff knock. Alright, we're in business here.
Now back, the designated hitter, Nick Love.
Second and third, nobody out.
Hey, you beat it up.
Now back, the catcher, Gary.
Going home. Not throw to first either. That's glitched. They gave him an error at least. I mean, after you pump home, he's got to go to first, right? There we go. It's in the gap. That's 3. I might get him at the plate. Nope. And we have exploded. Alright, I'm actually going to get Alvarado out of there because I want to see. At the All-Star break, I brought up a couple of guys here. Webster. And Guerrero. And I think Pritchard, I brought up 3 guys, yeah. So let's get a look at Pritchard. He's a closer by trade. Now, I don't really have a reliable guy if something crazy happens and they get into some huge big inning, but come on, I mean, 5-run lead, could be 6 here, there's still nobody out. Oof. These last few pitches have just been absolute meatballs. Caught, but that'll score. So we got a 6-run lead then.
Now back, the third baseman, Willie.
Whoa. Look out. That might go second of the day. No.
Now back, right fielder, off there.
Oh. Some weird defensive glitches in this game. I mean, that was hit very hard, but
The batter, number 8.
and I give him a base hit, but just to have it kind of go off his glove in that weird manner, and
Darwin Hernandez.
the other thing when I go lefty-lefty, other than getting beat in her half, is I'm already like an impatient hitter, but when I face lefty-lefty, I get like even 10 times more impatient for whatever reason. So it's good to take a couple pitches here. Three and oh. A little BP here to see if I can square something up. Yeah, why not? And I did hit it very hard right at right field. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, why not? We'll save some bullets for tomorrow. And we'll get a look at our new 18-year-old phenom closer we just brought up. Nothing eye-popping in terms of his stuff. There have been plenty of examples of closers in big league history of guys that just get the job done, despite not having wipeout type stuff. And I mean, we're not asking this guy to be our closer. It's down. Okay, no big deal. Give it double play ball.
Now batting, number 67.
Pitch.
21.
We'll take it.
Now batting, shortstop.
Here's Bogarts.
Bozak.
Pitch there. Get it on the hands a little bit.
One ball, one strike. Ball two.
Lays off that, huh?
Ball, left down.
Pitch.
Count full.
Falls off a tough 3-2 slider there. All right. Gets him with a nice changeup. First big league catch strikeout, Xander Bogarts. Well, Martinez is having a huge year as well. Good pitch there. Nice little downward action. Another good pitch.
No balls, two strikes. One ball, two strikes, count. That's ball two.
Oh, he went. Sir, check it.
Two strikes.
Check it. Got him. Very impressive, Devin Pritchard. In your big league debut. I agree with that. That's a very astute player of the game choice. Oh no, that's just the win. I'm sorry. I saw Clace with the winning pitcher. I thought they were giving him the player of the game. Although Adames did hit the big home run to really put the game up 6-1 at the time, and they never came back from that. Got it to 6-4, but then of course we had the 4 spot in the 8th. But no, Clace really could have been the player of the game, because when he came into that game at 6-4 and just got the final out of the 5th, and then a clean 6th, striking out 3. That was huge. Whitley hung in there, and he kind of got by the seat of his pants, but all right. So yeah, Meadows 25th. A couple triples. All right. So that'll do it for the ball game. I think I'm not going to do much post game here. It's the idea is that, especially based on that offensive output, and I'm still not fully confident in my pitching, but I really will hope to put together a little winning streak here. Next game, we got Sanchez and Colin McHugh, who McHugh is sporting a 2.06 over 96 innings so far this year. That's pretty impressive. Sanchez has kind of stepped up and been that number 2 for us, behind McKay. 5-3. He's got 3.5 ERA, 94 strikeouts in 103 innings. So really would like to go on a run here and give myself a chance to potentially get to those final 10 games and have them be meaningful and get to actually play some more with this team. Or, yeah, I mean, the division is not within reach, but the wild card could be. So, next episode, what I'll probably do will be to play some games offline, and then eventually, if I were to lose, I don't know, let's say I would to win this game and then lose the third game of the set, I would then go ahead and stream the next game, because that would be sort of like an elimination possibility game. Not elimination, but a simulation. It would trigger a simulation, and the method I'm using to move through the seasons. So yeah, I mean, real quick recap is that midway through year 3, the idea was that this club would be a juggernaut in years 4 and 5. I think offensively, we're on the right track. Pitching-wise, I really have no idea. In fact, I would say we're currently not on the right track to be a World Series contender in years 4 and 5 with the pitching staff the way it is right now. But those guys are all still very young and still have time to develop, and so we shall see what is to come. So thank you for joining. If you're watching this on replay, which probably most of you would be, I didn't have too many live viewers in the session today, but make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and do that notification thing. That way when Mike or myself go on with a stream, that you're notified. The Sim Sports Gaming website, there's a lot of new content that's going to be going up there article-wise, and especially with the new lineup of games coming up in the fall. I actually, quick personal plug, I put an article up just recently on basically house rules of a realistic franchise. So that's something to check out. I'm going to have something else going up in the next day or so, detailing some of the most cost-effective and useful players that you can acquire through trade in MLB The Show. So look for that, and check out the website. Mike is always streaming even more regularly than I am with his Tiger series, and of course the sliders are always the backdrop in some ways of that particular series of streams. And if you're watching, I hope you got something out of it, and thanks for being around, and I'll see you next time.